There's been a whole bunch of articles, guys, about BYD saying that its new way of making cars, and by the way, you can probably see that I've been saying this for months now. BYD's new EVs in China that have started being delivered in some countries around the world, they're much lighter than the old generation EVs, which are still sold in Australia. But anyway, they're much, much lighter. The difference is enormous. And one of the reasons why is because they're moving away from steel to using aluminium. BYD, though, they say that their new way of building vehicles using aluminium actually makes them lighter, stronger, and safer than steel. Is this true? Well, I'm going to straight up say no, it's not true. And yes, it is. There's some truth to this and there's some untruth to this. And the reason I know this is because I've actually dealt with a lot of warranty cases in my previous career that I haven't mentioned on this channel before. A lot of warranty cases, including products made from aluminium. And I can tell you now, we made things out of aluminium and then we made things out of steel. It's the same product. The things that we made out of steel, we had, I'd say 0.1% warranty cases. The things we made out of aluminium, probably 10% we had warranty cases. And the reason that happened, I'll get to the reason why. Now, does this mean that if you were to buy a new EV from BYD, is it unsafe? Will it be unsafe? No, I don't think so. But it just means that this is mostly marketing. On the Electric Viking website, I'll put a link in the description below. We have more articles about electric cars and battery technology than any other website that I'm aware of in the world. So check that out. Link is in the description. And there you'll find our videos and analysis and articles about everything going on in the EV world. Now, BYD says that the aluminium frame that underpins its new Yangwang U8L SUV passes a brutal 12-ton lift test despite weighing over 100 pounds less than a comparable steel frame. So BYD are planning, of course, as you can see, they're also using a lot more aluminium and lightweight materials in their newer EVs to improve efficiency and reduce weight, which I think is probably a good thing. But we don't know the full details yet. EVs, obviously, when it comes to weight, that is a definite penalty with efficiency. So it decreases performance, it decreases range, and also it makes things honestly wear out faster. Tires will wear out faster the heavier your vehicle is. You'll get things like just general wear and tear will be higher if you have a vehicle that is heavier or significantly heavier than a rival. For BYD, that has been an issue because their cars are definitely some of the heaviest in the industry and much heavier than, say, for example, an Xpeng G6 or a Tesla Model Y, which the equivalent car is actually around nearly 20% lighter. But BYD is changing that. So with their next generation vehicles, they're looking at how the aerospace industry works. BYD's engineers assigned to some of their vehicles, particularly the U8L, were tasked with developing a full-size vehicle frame that would offer the strength and corrosion resistance of conventional steel without the weight penalty, eventually settling on aerospace-grade 6 Series and 7 Series aluminium after testing a number of hot-form steel and titanium alloys. The news here isn't aluminium itself, really. It's actually how they're using it. They're using a low-pressure casting process that they developed themselves and alongside aerospace supplier Hung T. It slowly pushes the metal upward into the mold, resulting in fewer voids, less turbulence, and denser finished structures. And that's actually, it is different to the way that Tesla's gigapress casting machines work, but it's not that different. It's a similar concept, to be honest. So realistically, what BYD is doing, and it's not just for the U8L, but they're very quietly doing this, and you'll see the weight differences for a lot of their vehicles now drastically decreased. How is the new Atto 3 Evo lighter when actually they've just added more features to it? It's lighter, and they're starting to use more gigacasting. And it's not exactly gigacasting, it's this slightly different process, but it is basically gigacasting. Now, BYD say this, and this is what a quote from Car News China. The process is the first domestic application of integrated low-pressure casting technology for a large vehicle frame. Parts count fell from 251 components to 119, while 67 rear frame parts were consolidated into a single casting. Yeah, it is Tesla Gigacasting. Sorry, you can try and market it a different way, but it essentially is. And there have been quite a few of BYD's rivals such as Xiaomi and Xpeng, and even NIO to some degree, that have been using this technology now for a few years. BYD says weld length dropped from approximately 100 meters to 9 meters, significantly reducing potential fatigue and deformation points. So, BYD is saying as well, this is the first vehicle in the industry to pass a 12-ton lifting test using this type of integrated frame structure, as well as adding that while weight fell 56 kilos, the big SUV's torsional rigidity is over 50% better or stiffer than similarly sized SUV frames. So is it better to have this new type of technology? Well, to be honest, it's not new. It's been around now for quite a number of years. BYD is just doing it in a slightly different way, but it is essentially the same thing. And I've been saying this, that they've been doing this on the channel now. I think I've been saying it for maybe 5 months. Weirdly, BYD didn't actually announce that until a week ago. So yeah, I don't know why, but BYD just didn't mention it. But it was obvious that that's what they were doing. And so I've been mentioning this on the channel. I've probably said it 20 times, at least, maybe more than that, on the channel talking about this technology. So yeah, I didn't know BYD were doing this in a slightly different way, but I don't think that means anything. It's neither here nor there. Basically, BYD are using a form of gigacasting, which is a good thing. Now, getting back to my original point at the start of the video, is this necessarily stronger than steel? No. I mean, let's be honest, it's not. Aluminium is not stronger than steel. Building an EV or any vehicle with a steel platform, though, is very different to a casting methodology. So we can't really compare one material to the other because this is not an apples to apples comparison. We're not comparing an EV built with an aluminium frame and all these other parts to a steel frame in the same way. They're built very differently. Gigacasting versus a traditional steel subframe, that's a completely different thing. But when BYD says it's stronger than steel, is aluminium stronger than steel? The answer is absolutely not. If you look at actual aluminium, it does fatigue over time. Look at bicycle frames compared to steel frames. Aluminium frames versus steel bicycle frames. The aluminium fatigues and cracks over time. And I've had numerous frames, my bicycle frames, that are aluminium that cracked over time. Steel ones never have. I've got one in the garage here, which is 25 years old, made of steel, and it actually has ridden more than 30,000 kilometers in 26 countries around the world. No cracks at all. It's perfect condition. But that's anecdotal, isn't it? When it comes to non-anecdotal, I can give you thousands of instances when I worked in a warranty department for aluminium and steel bicycles, and the steel ones almost never cracked. Extremely rare. Aluminium ones did fatigue over time. Now, am I saying that gigacasting using more aluminium or even just aluminium will eventually develop cracks over time? Probably yes. Does that necessarily matter? Probably not. I don't think it's going to be catastrophic cracks. Most likely it won't be. But we do have to keep this in mind. When companies come out and make wild claims saying steel is not as strong as aluminium, then, well, maybe in their specific testing that's correct. But if you actually look at long term, is steel stronger than aluminium over a long period of time, particularly when absorbing little micro forces and bumps and holding up a lot of weight over a long period of time? The answer is absolutely not. There is no engineer in the world that would say that that's accurate. But I'm not really convinced that that matters in this situation. I'm just kind of trying to set the facts right here. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. By the way, there was no script for what I've just said here. I'm just going off the cuff. Let me know what you think about it all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Need expert advice on what car to buy, what solar system to get, what home battery to get, or potentially for your business? You can get, guys, a one-on-one consultation directly with me, 60 minutes of tailored guidance. This might help you avoid making a huge mistake spending money when you shouldn't, or potentially save you a massive amount of money. Click the link in the description below because I can assist you, and why not? The link is in the description. Thinking about getting solar, a home battery, or an EV charger? Check out Australia's best free comparison tool because it could save you a lot of money. Guys, click on the link below in the description and you can see how much you can save. Alternatively, give Resync a call. They are the guys who installed my battery and my home solar. I'll put a link to them as well in the description.